I feel like a lot of my life used to have to do with buttons. If you really think back to it as a kid, you think about, oh my goodness, I've got to, button my shirt or, deal with my collar button, or maybe there's a cuff button that I didn't quite have hooked in there right. Buttons are tough, especially when you're a little kid and you're just trying to get your hand-eye coordination going. Buttons are challenging. And I also remember kind of in my childhood and my younger years, there was this assumption, right? The clothes were expensive, that you couldn't just go to Walmart or Target and buy yourself, a bunch of new clothes for, 20 or 30 bucks, that you had to preserve that shirt, preserve that pair of pants. And a lot of times what that meant was you had to sew a button back on. So you'd learn how to sew that button. You'd learn how to go and look through all the buttons in the little jar or the little container or tin and see like which one matched the buttons that you had. I mean, assuming you didn't save it, and then figure out how to sew it back on. It's really, we don't live in kind of that button centric world anymore. I think about it these days actually when I'm wearing one of these shirts. These shirts come from a company called Wax London. They have these fun little white, off-white plastic buttons, and I think about it then when I wear this shirt. I think about those buttons.